These liberals out here, they worship Barack Hussein Obama's dirty draws. They act like he can do no wrong. He's a great leader. He's a perfect president. Well, I got a news flash for you.
What we all recognize is we can't let a systematic assault on democracy just happen and stand by. And so, because of your actions, because of your courage, what you've seen is California responding.
Yes, Barack is under federal grand jury investigation. Yesterday, something happened. He heard a call with Texas Democrat. On the call, he thanked them for their vain attempt at blocking Republican redistricting effort. When I look at this whole situation, what he said on this live stream, extremely concerning. At a certain point, for days now, I've been struggling to update some of these videos, but I had some. I'm going to show you what exactly he actually said. People are going off on him like he should not have a voice, like nobody is listening to him again. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that and check if your notification is on.
On what could be their last night in Illinois, Democratic Texas lawmakers heard from former President Barack Obama on their efforts to stop remapping in their state.
We can't let a systematic assault on democracy just happen. This precious democracy that we've got is not a given. It's not self-executing. It requires us to fight for it.
Republicans are supposed to end a special session tomorrow. It would have redrawn the state's legislative maps, but without Democrats there, the Texas House could not reach quorum. And Democrats say if the special session ends, they will go back to Texas, especially now that California's governor has announced a plan for redistricting in his state. Well, the move designed to counter any actions that Republicans take in Texas. Governor Gavin Newsom today announcing a proposal for new congressional maps will go on California's state ballot in a special election this November. Happening after President Trump requested the remapping in Texas. He told reporters last month he wants to pick up 5 seats in Congress. Texas Governor Greg Abbott's office says that Newsom's proposal for new maps is, quote, political posturing.
What we all recognize is we can't let a systematic assault on democracy just happen and stand by. And so because of your actions, because of your courage, what you've seen is California responding, other states looking at what they can do to offset this mid-decade gerrymandering that is highly irregular and is not what we should be doing to balance out the maps for this upcoming election. And I think we became a little bit complacent over the years. We assumed that things would continue to get better, that our democracy would become more inclusive, that it would become more fair, that we'd make it easier for people to vote rather than harder for people to vote, that the votes would be counted rather than suppressed. And what we forgot is that history doesn't always move in a straight line, and it's not always 2 steps forward and another 2 steps forward. Sometimes it's 2 steps forward and a step back. And we're in a moment right now where not just gerrymandering, but efforts at voter suppression, efforts at questioning the results of elections, efforts at the executive branch unilaterally doing things that bypass Congress and the people's representatives, militarization of cities, politicization of our justice departments and our military. Those are trend lines that remind us that this precious democracy that we've got is not a given. It's not self-executing. It requires us to fight for it. It requires us to stand up for it.
Yes, Gavin Newsom spent last week heaping up, oh, this is the beginning, this is the end of Trump presidency. Everybody was expecting to see the kind of press conference, but the number of people that show up on that press conference, it was embarrassing. He actually thought calling Trump name, oh, Trump is weak, he's like this, oh, little man, struggling to make look like he's now a strong person more than Trump. When I look at the press conference, I had to laugh all through because the kind of messaging he's struggling to put out, copying Trump's way of sending out truth, it has reached that level that people can't even take it any longer. Gavin Newsom is a clown. Yeah, that is just what I observed during that press conference. Obama coming in to support praise Gavin Newsom is something I don't know if these people actually realize. It is insane.
You guys know what happens at conservative events. Grinder blows up, it goes offline, and so all of everything that they preach about, every accusation is a confession.
Yes.
That they.
Yes.
You know what's so funny to me? Where do the highest number, not talking about percentage-wise, the highest number of representatives, where they live?
Red states.
I'm about to say
Texas.
the South.
Texas.
Texas has.
Congresswoman.
Texas has almost 80,000
Not my neighbors.
It is funny because when people think about Black women, they think about our strength. They think about how, usually we're juggling so much and we're doing so much and we're still going to school and we're doing all the things. And part of it is unfair because at the end of the day, we are still but humans. But because
I talk to Black folk all the time as somebody that's a child of a preacher. Listen, most Black people are not Republicans simply because we just is like, y'all racist. I can't hang out with the KK and them. That's really what it is. But when we think about who we are as Black people and we think about where we come from, most Black people have very conservative values, right? But the reality is that we just can't side with the neo. We not dealing with y'all like that, right?
Because of your actions, because of your courage, what you've seen is California responding, other states looking at what they can do to offset this mid-decade gerrymandering that is highly irregular and is not what we should be doing to balance out the maps for this upcoming election.
Sometimes when I look at people like these, I'm always speechless because it is crazy. Looking at Jasmine and what she said on this video, struggling to categorize all Republicans to be racist, they are this, they are that, it's insane. Yes, seriously. She has been doing this for a very long time. Yesterday, I put out a video where Megyn Kelly did not hold back and blow up to a level she has not seen before. I was impressed at a certain point because Megyn Kelly actually did the right thing by calling this lady out. She's insane. She was here talking about Texas. That is where she's from. And on the show, they had to cut out some things happening in her own state. She was ashamed. I understand. If you say you're a Democrat, because now they are talking Texas in general as a result of what is happening there, Obama coming out to do a segment about the whole thing.
We don't hate you. We don't care enough about you to hate you. We just see that you're a fool. You make a fool out of yourself virtually every day. That's why we talk about you. We're laughing at you. We're making a mockery of you. You're making a mockery of yourself. It's not hatred. You really should learn to distinguish between those two different emotions because you're receiving one in droves, and it's not hatred. You can act, like you're Beyonce all you want. You're not. And just like her, you can play the victim when you're not. But you're going to have your hands full with people laughing at you because you behave so foolishly. And the fact that you're a diva behind the scenes, so much worse. You're not even beloved by your staff. Like, you alienate everyone. The people who know you best don't like you. The people who are just glancing at what you're putting out there publicly don't like you. So who likes you? It has nothing to do with your skin color either. There was a Republican star named Mia Love, who happened to be a black woman, who rose in the halls of power in Congress. Unfortunately, we lost her last year to cancer. But Mia Love didn't attract this kind of negative attention.
Thank you guys who has been sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly. I don't want to make the videos long. For the short clips you see at the end of these videos, if you notice, all my videos, I usually say it is for the wider algorithm. They usually don't like to pick up videos to recommend on this channel, so we struggle every single day, to make that happen. So please always share the video.
Michelle, you had a very...
This is funny.
You had a very...
Here's the thing. Going high is about being strategic, right? And that's really my point. That doesn't mean you don't feel it emotionally.
Mel Gibson here. Mel Gibson, speaking from my office. It is me.
Not the President of the United States.
I think the fact that Malia graduated from Harvard still lives rent-free in his head. Now check this out.
Touch them up and go. Oh,
Oh, Obama has swag. Oh, you can't be this.
That is, he can't be everything.
He can't be everything. And that boy may need somebody to give the boy some perspective on the dad.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
One of the most valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor.
I cried.
Any barriers, don't mind making this easy. People line up for my advice. And you're walking away like I'm stupid. It's like, I line up.
It is to live in the White House.
Post this morning alleging that since I said I will prevail.
It also shouldn't be racial. 100
has been overwhelming. The lies and they're
not going to end.
He says, but what if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense.
This is definitely a self-defense case. Was it
Registration Act?
You will be very...
Once again, the field was littered with Wintour does.
And black people don't want to live around ratchet black.
How bad is his reputation going to be?
It's bad.
You need to connect the dots.
Going to carry a level of weight.
Position.